these videos. It's gonna change my life. Well, I am finally reading Rich Dad Poor Dad for the first time. I know this book has been out, but I'm a part of a women's group where we're reading this book, and I had some revelations. Yeah, revelations. I jotted a full page of notes, and I had to share this with you. In case this is your first time clicking on my pretty face, thank you. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, comment if you feel so intrigued. But if you are like me, you are very self-conscious. You have a lot of fear around money. So my hopes, though, is that this ignites, encourages you to know that I'm right there with you and to read this book. I've heard so many people, especially when I first started my business. I have a business, Lesline Does Wellness, where I show women how to live their healthiest lives possible through simple daily steps, right? I heard about this book multiple times. I'm like, there all these books, they're going to say the same thing. They're going to say the same thing, and that's ignorance. It's also a little bit of fear. Okay. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad, if in case you don't know already, I should have done more research because I'm just like, yeah, everybody knows this book, but I'm just going to give a little blurbsy, as I like to call it, just to also for SEO purposes. But as I'm looking this up live, I recently admitted last week that I plan to leave corporate America December 31st, 2026. At time of recording, it is July 13th, 2026. So last week, last week I admitted on my short form content that I am going to leave corporate America. I'm scared as hell. And so as I'm reading this book, and like I said, I'm reading this book because I'm a part of a group. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm part of this group, and they're like, first things first, y'all, we got to read this book. And I'm like, dang it. I can't run away from this thing. And so it's so interesting because I joined that group last month. The group started, so it's very new. And then for me to be like, I'm going to start this series because I'm working with my business strategist, and we came up with do this episodic series. I hope that's not redundant. It's not, because a series could be monthly. It could be every 2 weeks, but anyways, I'm not production. But let's get back to Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad is by Robert T. Kiyosaki, and it begins. And so with the group I'm in, I'm only having to read the first 5 chapters. So I literally, y'all, just finished chapter 1, and I was like, I have to word vomit this out. If you're a repeat person, you will also know that this channel is my diary. It is my diary. Yes, there are some videos I am getting better at I don't want to say production, because people that are actually producers when it comes to videos, I give them all the respect, but I'm just becoming more curious of how I can make my videos more captivating for brands and things like that. But majority of my videos, especially I did 100 days of YouTube, were just this. I was just, and it's cathartic for me because it helps me process. Okay, so the lessons, there was something else to that, but we're only discussing chapter 1, and my plan is to do another video recapping the first 5 chapters and just my thoughts. And just the timing of things is just eerie because, like I said, I joined this group a month ago, and then a couple weeks ago, I was on a call with my business strategist. I'm like, yeah, this should be the turn you take, sharing your journey and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, because people like when I'm like this, people like that. And just the feedback that series has gotten and the messages I've gotten from people. And I was talking with my friend today, and I was like, yo, girl, and I've told this to somebody else too in the DMs. I was like, I don't know if I really can do it. And it's fear. It's fear. It's fear. And reading this first chapter, the rich dad, he is the rich dad. Or is he the poor dad? Is that part of the... Anyways, the dad that has all the businesses, he says something kind of repeatedly in this first chapter about use what you have between your two ears, aka use your brain, use your thinking mind to figure out how to make money work for you, how to make money work for you. And ever since I made the commitment on short form that I'm going to leave corporate America by December 31st, 2026, if not sooner, I have to say it because words are powerful. Even though I'm scared, I have to say it. I've started to think of different avenues of ways I can make money, of ways I could refine business, right? And so the first thing that jumped out, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 different quotes that really stuck out to me. Make sure if you're still here, please like the video and definitely subscribe. So the first quote from the book is on page 39. He says, life will just continue to push you around. Life pushes all of us around. That, I was like, like all these quotes I'm about to give you, I was like, the ones that I know it resonated because the way life does push me around, but then it's like the same lesson. If you feel what I'm saying, please let me know. You can DM me over on Instagram or whatever, or let me know down below. But like I said, when it comes to money, if you are me and I am you, you don't want to be putting your business in the comments. I get it. But just know I'm right there with you. The way life pushes me around, right? I'm really blessed and highly favored, amen. But there's certain lessons, especially with money, that I realize, and he talks about this a lot, fear and greed. I was going to write that down, but he said it so much, I was like, I'll just remember it. But fear was what jumped out to me. I have so much fear, but it's interesting because when it comes to doing this, having a business, I don't want to look at numbers. I say that a lot. I don't want to look at numbers. So like the video, I posted a short form piece of content today, editing Lesline, put that here. That video was really scary to admit because growing up, I was told you don't talk money, and realizing that is doing more harm than good, right? I want to put this here though. Don't be saying all your business to everybody, even though you just saw the clip where I was like, I am going to make, once I make $200,000 in Lesline Does Wellness, I will feel comfortable. See, there's that fear, but I will feel comfortable by December 31st, 2026 to leave corporate America. And I realized one of the lessons I have to learn is something related to fear and avoidance with money. I'm money avoidant. I'm actually avoidant in a lot of other area of my life, but this is a money focused video. So I just realized like life continues to push you around, but it continues to push you around and you think it's different. It is different, maybe people and environments, but the themes of life are the same, right? And money is one of those themes where like as a kid, I was so good with money. Right? I saved over $5,000. Like I did like as a kid, right? And then, life comes at you fast. Life comes at you fast. And I still have a little bit of resentment in the sense of, I told you I'm being really honest right now. So what we say, like, be easy on me. I have resentment when people are like, yeah, my father gave me this money, or my so-and-so, my grandma gave me that. And I'm just like, I don't have that. Like, I don't. And I almost get emotional sharing this for anybody and all people to consume. But again, this was not like, I was like, I literally like, I have to step away, clock out, take a quick break to share this video. I work the people's jobs still. Like when I'm telling you I'm in it and I know, when I tell you I know that I know that I know that I know, doing these videos, I'm getting really emotional. Doing these videos, it's gonna change my life. I know it is. It's okay. This is my way. This is my way, going back to the book, out of the trap. This is my way out of the trap. Oh, man. It's like it's generational. There's chains, there's things that I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post this. It's generational. Like, it's not just me, it's generations that you have to break. And oh gosh, the way life pushes you around, pushes you around, pushes you around, so it's like, are you gonna let's continue. True learning. So page 45, the quote that stuck out to me. Where's my water? Of course it's not around. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not even cutting this. Like, I need my watch time. True learning takes energy, passion, and a burning desire. True learning takes energy, passion, and a burning desire. So I've been coming back to my journaling practice. I didn't make this journal. I wish I did, but I didn't. I got this like on Amazon years ago, like 4 years ago, something like that. I forget. This isn't about that. But what I'm getting at is this is a manifestation journal, and making sure y'all don't see my business, so I don't open it so you see. But today's question is a self-assessment page that I'm working on. So I'm literally just doing one circle a day. The question today was what. Actually, I skipped it. So I was supposed to do this question like on Sunday or Saturday. Today's Monday. I skipped it, and I was like, I'm going to do this question. I couldn't think of my passion, but it was like, what do I get excited about? What are my passions, right? And I said movement, exercise being spiritual for me. Like, I was finally able to like come up with something. The type E, the type A, the student in me was like, I have to fill in all of the blanks. So it's interesting how today the journal prompt was about passion, and then what resonated with me, these next two quotes, is passion is in these sentences, and I'm like, why is passion? Why is that? Like, and I highlighted it. I still don't really know, but true learning takes energy, passion, and a burning desire. I have that. I have all three of those things. That's where we're going. I have that. I've always been somebody, and in the book it talks about this too, like the poor dad, he tells the kid, like, you got to go to school, make a living. And it might be the people pleaser in me, but also screw that. It's not the people pleaser. I just always want to learn. I always also want to be like on the right side of history and just learn. And I've realized too, with this new job that I have, that I'm about to jump ship, my supervisor, and I've had previous supervisors say this, they don't know each other from Adam. They're like, the thing I like about you, every time, because when I tell you I don't give pushback, I'm accountable, and I don't give pushback. And that could be problematic in some ways, but in this scenario I'm about to tell you, they're like, I've been better of saying this at my most recent one-on-one. I said, I'm willing to learn X, Y, and Z. I'm willing to learn this new thing that I've never done before. Because I know if I say that, that makes me look malleable, if you will, and wanting to learn new things, that's a good skill set. The words are escaping me. Let me know down below what I'm really trying to say. But the next thing, for sake of time, because I want this to be a short video, we're already at 13 minutes, it's okay. Anger is a part of that formula. For passion is anger and love combined. Is that right? Wait, how I said it? Anger is a part of that formula. So I believe, because this is still on the same page, he's talking about how true learning takes energy, passion, and a burning desire. Anger is part of that formula. For passion is anger and love combined. The way I said wow, I put dash wow, because I read a book, and I was actually talking about this on a live stream, actually, like last night or a few days ago. One of my mentors, shout out to Yumi, she had a book club, and one of the books we read was Anger by Thich Nhat. I forget. I don't want to butcher the person's name. But the book was about anger and how it is actually an incredible emotion when you know how to hone it. And so for this book to bring up anger again, and like I said, I have resentment, but I think it's also anger, right? Of just how things didn't go the way I thought, but like there was no, okay. So anger is part of that formula. For passion is anger and love combined. I got those. Let's move on. Easier to learn to work for money. So he's then talking about it's easier to learn to work for money, especially if fear is your primary emotion when the subject of money is discussed. And then I put me. I'm so scared of money. Journal about this. So he's just talking about it's easier to learn to work for money. So it's easier as a society for us to learn to work for money. You go to school, so you get money, and you learn how to do that. But it's hard. It's not harder, but more like not a lot of people are doing this of like learning how to make money work for you, right? Work smarter, not harder. Okay. So he says it's easier to learn to work for money, especially if fear is your primary emotion when the subject of money is discussed. My God, my God. I've had some recent things with money happen, and it's the fear of like, what if I don't get more money? That scarcity of like, I have to hold on to it, but then emotionally, I get emotionally charged. And then I'm like, you know what? I deserve it. Fuck it. I'm going to spend money. You know what I'm saying? And then he says, emotion stands for energy in motion. I don't know how true that it is, but I'm going to go with this. It resonated with me. He said, emotion stands for energy in motion. The last quote is learn to use your emotions to think, not think with your emotions. I have this poem in my closet called, oh my gosh, it's a Rumi poem, but pretty much the poem is about emotions and how pretty much what the man is saying here. You need to learn how to invite emotions. Like you imagine your body as a house, like a physical house, and anger is knocking at the door. A lot of us, we want to keep that door locked, shut, and quietly go up the stairs so anger doesn't hear that we're inside. But what that poem says, and I forget, I know I'm the worst, my God. But what my poem says there, man, what's the name of the poem? It says that you need to open that door and you need to say, hi, hello, anger. I'm so happy you're here. Can you wash your hands and take your shoes off? But I'm so happy you're here. Would you like a charcuterie board? Let's talk. Let's talk, anger. Let's figure out why you came and how. Learn anger. Get to know anger, right? Learn to use your emotions to think, not think with your emotions. Like I said, I'm emotionally charged when it comes to money. I have a money story. I'm pretty sure you have a money story, right? And learning. Ooh, that lightning. I live in Florida. We count 4, 5, 6. It's far. If it's more than 5 seconds, supposedly each second is like miles and miles and miles away. But if you hear that instantaneously, the lightning right here. So anyways, I'm closing this video because it's now almost going to be a 20-minute video. But anyways, let me know down below if you've read this book. What are your thoughts? I'm going to be definitely reading the first, I have 4 more chapters to go. So I'll get that done before it's due because I have my meeting on Wednesday. Wow. I'm going to love you and leave you. All right. Like this video, comment if you feel called to, and definitely subscribe. I'll see you in the next one with my snotty nose. Bye for now.